Hey friends, it's Monday. Welcome back to another Monday. So I am using my Dipped and Sewn journal made in the Book Makers Collective. Wow, that has been such a treat to be able to work with these amazing artists and create all of these handmade books. The Dipped and Sewn journal was the one taught by Kristen Peterson, and you can actually check out her Instagram and her website, and you can take that as a self-paced class now. I actually have my Bookmaker Collective class that I'm going to be teaching coming up in just 2 weeks. So on July the 31st and August the 1st, I will be live on Zoom teaching a transparent book called The Looking Glass. That was a book that I actually have featured on the cover of Somerset Studios a few years back. And I want to invite you all to come and take that class with me. It will be awesome to have you all live there with me as we work through the process of creating a transparent journal. So, with all of that being said, I have been loving making all of these fun books, and I love this book. It's such a great size, and I am going to just put that pink Master's Touch acrylic paint down ever so haphazardly with a little bit of a damp paintbrush. It was dirty paint water, y'all. Let me just keep it real, y'all. And then I knew that I wanted to include some natural industrial-like elements. So I have some rusted wire, and I also have a regular old stick. I live in the woods and we have lots and lots of trees. So on my walk with the dogs, I often see the most interesting textures in those trees and in those limbs and in the little twigs that I pick up along the way. Okay, I'm just a little treasure hunter. So I'm adding some pastels there. That's new pastels in the white and in that yellow mustard color. And then I'm just allowing, y'all know how I roll. I am just allowing I'm allowing this to just kind of unfold. So I'm going to take a little bit of this rusted wire and I'm going to wrap it around my limb here, my little twig I had. And I'm going to, I don't know exactly how, but I'm going to fasten it onto this paper some type of way. I know that. Now, because I used the manila tag on the side, it was more sturdier than like some of the other vintage papers in this book. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to try to see if I could come up with a way to fasten it down. So I'm simply just wrapping this rusted wire around it, and I'm going to cut it off with my metal shears. I decided in order to be able to actually kind of sew this, I'm using air quotes, to the page, that I needed to use my Bookmaker's Awl to just poke a hole into the bottom to give me something that I could grab onto with this rusted wire. So I'm just making this up as I usually do as I go along, but I really just love I just love texture, and I love natural textures. Anything that I can throw a chicken feather or just anything that is interesting that just kind of invites your eye to take a look at. Holy smokes, this book has a stick attached to it is what I was going for here. So I'm just trying to use my little fingers there to kind of smooth out that hook. I am going to grab my little is that needle nose? I don't really know. I think those are just jewelry pliers, and I'm going to tuck that little loose end under so it doesn't snag on anything or poke me or scratch me or whatever. And so I'm going to take that opposite end and I'm going to use it to connect it in that last little loop. And then we have a little bit of security to fasten it all down. So I'm feeling good about it. How y'all feeling? Does this inspire you to go out and grab some natural elements? Maybe some leaves, maybe some sticks, maybe some twigs, maybe some something that you have. Random hair, curly hairs poking through. It's kind of hard sometimes to video and um, be able to see that, like be able to get right in the camera. So sometimes, sorry, but my hair gets all wild. And I love how that stick hangs over on the book. And it really just gives you this interest that makes you want to dig in. Or at least it does me. It makes me want to go like, oh, cool, this is so awesome. I want to see what else I can figure out with this stick. So I'm using my Lyra Graphite Water Soluble crayon. And I'm just wetting it and just kind of, just making some scribbles, y'all. This is not like fine science. It's just playtime. Playtime with Tiff. So I'm making a little scribble using my paintbrush to kind of zhuzh that around and make it all kind of grungy and good. And then I'm going to dry that off really well. And then it's time for us to find some, or is it? Hold on. I think that this page needs a little, shimmer, I think. So, since we have so much grunge going on, we've got those natural elements with the stick. We've got the fabric that was already there that was stapled to the edge. I thought, why not give it a really cool contrast with this color shift paint in turquoise? Because I know for those who have been with me for a while, you already know I love some turquoise, pink, and yellow. So, I'm really enjoying this. I'm just kind of playing around, smushing it in with my fingers, and it kind of matches my fingernails just ever so slightly, just not quite as bold, right? A more muted palette. I always find that funny that often happens with my nail colors. So I'm going to add a little bit of scribbles to see if it will kind of take me, and going to add some Titan Buff and Deco Arts with my finger just to kind of mute out some of the areas I felt like there was not a lot of places for my eye to rest. And y'all, I love ugly art. I love things that bring me into the experience and allow me to just take a look at things for a while. And Google now thinks that I'm talking to her for whatever reason, so she's randomly talking in the background, y'all. But I hope that this has really inspired you to just kind of play around in your journals. Remember, this is your sacred place to just kind of play. Like, this is not anything that should be hard. This is not anything that should be stressful. I hope this has really encouraged you to just kind of think outside the box of some natural elements that you could incorporate in your journal. And I would love it if you would follow me here on YouTube. I do try to put a video out every week, and sometimes you get little extras with collaborations I have going on. So if you haven't taken the chance to just click that subscribe button, it does help us YouTubers when you do that. So I want to encourage you to do that. And if you'd like to turn the bell notifications as well as leave a thumbs up or a comment, that also helps my channel. So I had this book that I purchased, and it's in the other room now. I cannot think. It's Melody Ross's book, and it's black and white, and it has all of these very awesome like sayings. And I just really, really liked some of the things that it was just kind of putting in my spirit too. And one of them, y'all, is Tiffany is a workaholic. I never stop, and it's just who I am. Like, I do work an awful lot. And if you can relate to that, I'm here to tell you that rest is an act of self-respect. And when I read that word this morning, I got a little teary-eyed because I thought, Tiff, you have got to start putting yourself, you make art a priority, you work a full-time job, you're doing all of these things, you're juggling all the plates, but you have to learn to rest. So I committed to myself when I put these words into my journal that this is a commitment to myself, that it's okay to rest. It's okay to not show up to Instagram every day. It's okay to take time for me, and I don't have to apologize. Oh, sorry, y'all. My dogs got crazy. I don't have to apologize for it, and I shouldn't feel like I need to, but I'm putting it out there into the world and the universe that if you're struggling with that too, it's okay for us to rest, and it is an act of self-respect. So those words hit me right in my heart this morning, so I wanted to use that and put that in my journal. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. I look forward to seeing you on Instagram. If any of these things do inspire you, make sure to use hashtag Tiff Made Me Do It so I can find your post out there in the Instagram world. And thank you for being here. Toodaloo, y'all. Have a great week.